Hey, y'all, what's up? Coach Paul here. God has qualified me. This is Move Mondays, and you have greatness in you. Now, before we get to talking about that greatness, I want to make sure I say this. If you don't move, that person, those people, those places, those things, those thoughts, those ideas, or those ways, Coach Paul promises you this. They are definitely going to move you, and you don't want to move where they're going to move you to. All right, let's get into the content of the day. Excuse me. A couple of weeks ago, I was driving on the highway, right? I was going about my merry way, listening to my gospel music, doing between 71 and 75 miles an hour, give or take. And one of the things that I normally do when I'm driving is that periodically I'll check my left side view, my right side view, and my rear view mirrors. Periodically that happens. Force of habit, right? And I hope that that's what you're doing as well, because that has a metaphorical meaning to it. And I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna talk a little bit about that today. Now, as I was driving and listening to my music, I looked in my left side view mirror, and I noticed that there was a vehicle tailgating me, or should I say it like this, dangerously close to me. And I want to pause right there for a second before I finish the story and say to you, there's going to be some times in your life and in my life, as we're pursuing the path of our greatness, that there are going to be some people that's going to either get dangerously close or try to be dangerously close to you. And I want to say this, if they're dangerously close, that means that they're unhealthy. So you got to make sure that you're watching out, head on the swivel for those type of people, and make sure you do whatever it is that you need to do to keep them far away, safely far away. Now, let me finish the story. So I noticed that this guy was driving dangerously close. Now, the automatic thing is to look into my rearview mirror. And I looked in my rearview mirror, and one of the things that I noticed that he was doing, he was flailing his hands with all these gestures, and he was, you can see his lips moving. He was saying some whatever. I don't even know what he was saying, but he was saying a whole lot of unpleasantries. I can tell you that, out of his mouth towards me. And I didn't my response, because you can react or response. I react or respond. I could have reacted and got with him with whatever it is that he was doing, or the response, which meant that all I did was just motion for him to go around. And needless to say, as he started to go around, he pulled up next to me and continued his whatever it was that he was doing. I didn't pay him any attention. I'm focused and I kept going. So he speeded it. He went on ahead of me, jumped in front of him. Boom, he zoomed off. Why did I tell y'all this story? First thing I said, that somebody's either going to try to get dangerously close or they're going to be dangerously close. If they're dangerously close, they're not healthy. Number one. Number two, he didn't like the speed that I was going. And in some ways, as you're pursuing your life of greatness and extraordinary potential, somebody's not going to like your speed. Somebody's not going to like the pace that you're going. Somebody is not going to like the way that you're going about it, the way you're doing it, the way you're saying it, the way you're speaking it, the way you're living it. There's going to be some people that's not going to like it, and they're going to voice that they don't like it in one way or another, whether verbally or just from a gesture standpoint. They're going to do that. Here's what greatness does. Greatness doesn't pay attention to that, because one of the things I didn't do is react to it. Greatness doesn't pay attention to that, in that what I want to share with you all is that we have to go at a pace that works for us. A pace and in a way that is safe for us and safe for other people, irregardless, in spite of what other people are saying and what other people think that you should be doing. Because that guy wanted me to go as fast as he wanted me to go, or as fast as he was going. That wasn't my call. That wasn't, let me say it like this. That wasn't my calling. That wasn't what I was supposed to be doing. And too many of us, right, are missing our greatness because we're going at somebody else's speed just because that's the speed that they're going. If that's the speed somebody else is going, if somebody wants to speed, go like I did. I motioned around him and told him to go ahead. And you have to figure out what are those times in your life as you're pursuing what God has called you to. If someone is trying to motivate you, push you, or speed you up according to their speed. You got to figure that out. Because what if I would have sped up according to the speed that he wanted me to go? First of all, that would have been illegal. And if there would have been some sort of accident, watch this. This is the story, but this is metaphorical as well. If there had been some sort of accident because I sped up according to the speed that he wanted me to go, and I would have hurt somebody, who would have been at fault? Oh, wait, y'all better catch that. Y'all better catch that. So you got to go at a speed and at a pace that works. Notice I did not say, do it your way. Want y'all to get it. I did not say do it your way because somebody said it like this: tell God your plans. No, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. And most of the time, our plans is our way and it don't work. Trust me when I tell you that. Trust me one of the things that's not working, if there's things that are not working in your life as you're pursuing the greatness that God has put inside of you, if there's things that are not working, maybe you ought to check and find out whether you're doing it your way. The other thing that I want to point out is that this guy was screaming. You could tell just by the gestures that he was doing, that he was screaming at me. Now, the stupidity in that is that there was absolutely no way that I could hear him, because we were in two different cars on the expressway where there's lots of noise. So there's no way I could have heard anything that he was saying. Watch this, y'all. Sometimes as you're in pursuit of what you're called to, you're going to hear some people. There are going to be lots of people talking loud as all get out and saying nothing. Make sure you don't hear them. Again, they'll be talking loud and saying nothing. Make sure you don't listen. That's another one of the reasons why our greatness is interrupted, because we're listening to the noise. We're hearing the noise and talking loud ain't saying nothing, because one of the things I know about God, he speaks in a still small voice. Your greatness, the messages that's tied to them is in still small voices. You don't have to get loud or listen to someone else who's loud. So again, this guy was talking loud and to me, it was basically saying nothing because I couldn't hear him. And I need you to do the same thing in terms of, as it pertains to you in pursuit of what God has called you to. Also, you're going to have to tell some people, just go. Just go. Yeah, one of the reasons why many of us don't make it to our full potential is because we don't know how to tell people, just go. We won't tell people, just go. Just go. Go around. Keep it moving. Go fast. If that's how you want to do it, go ahead. And it hinders us because, again, go back to my beginning. These people are dangerously close. These people are dangerously close. Now, watch this. Let me say this. I want y'all to understand that sometimes those people could be you. Those people that are dangerously close can be you. Listen, if you leaning on somebody you're not supposed to, you dangerously close. If you the one who always hollering, you dangerously close. If you're the one who's always trying to get other people to do it the way that you want them to do it, or the way you see that they see fit for them to be doing it, you dangerously close. So I want to make sure that I say that and not allow the listeners out there to think that it's always somebody else. I remember when I used to say it like this. Remember when you were kids, when we were young, and you had your group of friends that you hung around. And I promise you, each one of your friends' parents would say, especially when you all was doing a lot of mischief, right? Or doing some things that wasn't going to add value to your future, making some bad choices as youngsters, right? Remember when your parents would say, you hanging with the wrong crowd. Now, I want y'all to think about this. If it's 5 of y'all, 10 of y'all, or however many of y'all it is, and all y'all parents are saying the exact same thing, who the bad crowd? So I want you to know that sometimes you got to pay attention and figure out if that person is you. And if that person is you, again, if you don't move that, it's going to move you 100%. How does Coach Paul know? Been there and done it. Now, I told y'all this is going to be short and sweet and to the point. Want to make sure that I'm going to go back and make sure that y'all understand everything that I said. First and foremost, it's going to be people that's going to be dangerously close. They're either going to try to get dangerously close or they'll get dangerously close. Maybe if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, that person could be you. Also, somebody going to be trying to get you to go at a speed that's comfortable with them. They're going to try to get you to go at their pace or their speed or the way that they feel like you should be doing it. Don't do it. You gotta figure out a way and the system that works for you, right? There are going to be some times when people are going to be screaming and hollering. Don't listen to them because they talking loud, like the Ghetto Boys said, talking loud and saying nothing. Lastly, but definitely not least, there's going to be some people in your life you're going to have to tell them, just go around. Just go around. I'm doing what I need to do in the way that it needs to be done for my greatness, not yours. With that being said, this plane is landing. Coach Paul here. Love every last one of y'all. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Until the next time we meet, be well. Do the next right thing. God bless you all. And if you're looking for a butt, it's going to always be easy to find one. I'll see y'all next time with more content. Deuces.